Imagine your cat quietly observing everything you do, from the way you walk into a room to the tone of your voice, silently deciding whether to trust you or retreat to a safer corner. Because while cats may appear independent and aloof, they are highly sensitive creatures that notice subtle changes in their environment, and many everyday human habits can quietly irritate them without us ever realizing it, which is why understanding what annoys your cat is essential for building trust and maintaining a peaceful home where your feline companion feels safe and respected, because small actions repeated daily can accumulate into stress signals that affect their mood, behavior, and overall well-being, even if those signals are not obvious to the untrained eye. And one of the most common but overlooked annoyances comes from inconsistent routines, as cats thrive on predictability and can feel uneasy when feeding times, play sessions, or even simple interactions shift without warning, leading to subtle stress behaviors like hiding, over-grooming, or vocalizing more than usual. While another frequent irritation is excessive handling or ignoring their personal boundaries, since cats communicate consent through body language and may tolerate brief petting before signaling that they have had enough. Yet when those signals are missed, the result can be agitation or avoidance, making them less likely to seek affection in the future. And beyond physical interaction, environmental factors such as loud noises, sudden movements, or rearranged furniture can also disrupt their sense of security, because cats rely heavily on familiar sense and spatial memory to navigate confidently through their territory. So even minor changes can feel significant to them and create unnecessary anxiety that builds over time, shaping how they respond to people and situations around them in ways that might seem puzzling at first, but become clearer once you start paying closer attention to their preferences, patterns, and subtle cues that reveal what truly bothers them each day. Recognizing these small stressors is not just about preventing annoyance. It is about improving the emotional bond you share with your cat, because when a cat feels understood, it begins to relax more openly, show affectionate behaviors more frequently, and engage with its surroundings in a confident manner, whereas continued exposure to unnoticed irritants can lead to withdrawal, irritability, or even health concerns over time, making it important to observe patterns in your cat's reactions and adjust your habits accordingly, whether that means giving them space when they signal discomfort, keeping their feeding schedule consistent, or maintaining a calm environment that respects their natural instincts, because every cat is unique, and what annoys one may not affect another in the same way, yet the underlying principle remains the same. Attentiveness and respect go a long way in creating a harmonious relationship where your cat feels secure, valued, and genuinely comfortable, sharing its space with you every single day. By staying mindful of these details, you can prevent hidden frustrations and support a happier life together. Truly observe your cat. As the awareness of your cat's daily experiences deepens, you begin to notice that many of the things that seem harmless or even helpful from a human perspective can actually be subtle sources of irritation for your feline companion, especially when it comes to how their space is used and how their instincts are respected, because cats are territorial by nature and rely heavily on control over their environment to feel secure, which means that overcrowding their personal areas with constant human interference, frequent interruptions, or unwanted changes can quietly frustrate them over time, even if they do not always show it in obvious ways. And one major example of this is the way litter boxes are managed, since cleanliness, location, and privacy all play a crucial role in whether a cat feels comfortable using them. And when a litter box is placed in a noisy, high-traffic, or difficult-to-access area, or not cleaned regularly, it can lead to avoidance behaviors that many owners misinterpret as disobedience rather than a response to discomfort. While another often overlooked annoyance is the use of strong scents, such as heavily perfumed cleaning products, air fresheners, or scented candles, which may seem pleasant to humans, but can overwhelm a cat's highly sensitive sense of smell, creating an environment that feels harsh or intrusive rather than calming. And this sensory overload can cause a cat to withdraw, hide, or limit its movement within the home, gradually affecting its confidence and willingness to explore, interact, or relax in shared spaces. And similarly, constant attempts to force interaction, whether through picking up a cat when it is resting or insisting on petting when it clearly signals disinterest, through tail flicks, ear positioning, or body tension, can erode trust and make the cat feel like its boundaries are not being respected, leading to increased stress and a greater likelihood of avoidance in the future. While even something as simple as direct prolonged eye contact from humans can be interpreted as a challenge or threat in feline communication, adding another layer of subtle discomfort that many owners are unaware of. And beyond these behavioral factors, the absence of mental stimulation can also become a quiet source of irritation, because cats are natural hunters that require opportunities to engage their instincts through play, exploration, and problem solving. And when their environment lacks enrichment, they may become bored, restless, or even destructive as a way to release built-up energy, highlighting the importance of providing toys, climbing spaces, and interactive activities that align with their natural behaviors, as this not only keeps them physically active, but also mentally satisfied, reducing the likelihood of frustration. And by paying attention to these often unnoticed elements of daily life, you can begin to see how small adjustments in your habits and environment can significantly improve your cat's comfort, helping to create a space where it feels respected, secure, and able to express its natural behaviors without unnecessary stress or confusion. As you continue observing your cat's daily behavior with greater awareness, you begin to uncover even more subtle patterns that reveal what truly causes discomfort. And one of the most overlooked sources of irritation is the lack of control a cat feels over its own choices, because unlike humans who adapt easily to external direction, cats prefer autonomy in how they move, rest, and interact. So when they are frequently redirected, interrupted, or confined in ways they did not choose, it can quietly build frustration that shows up through avoidance, sudden mood changes, or reduced interaction. And this is especially noticeable in situations where a cat is repeatedly disturbed while sleeping, since rest is not only essential for their physical health, but also for maintaining emotional balance. And waking them unnecessarily can create a sense of unpredictability that makes them more cautious over time. While another common but unnoticed annoyance comes from improper placement of essential resources like food and water, as cats naturally prefer separation between these areas, and placing them too close together or near high-traffic zones can make them feel exposed or uneasy while eating, leading to hesitation or reduced appetite. And similarly, the absence of suitable scratching surfaces can become a daily frustration, because scratching is not simply a destructive habit, but a natural behavior that allows cats to stretch their muscles, mark territory, and maintain claw health. So when appropriate scratching posts or pads are not available, they may turn to furniture or other household items, not out of defiance, but as a response to unmet instinctual needs. And environmental stability also plays a major role in their comfort, since frequent rearrangement of furniture, loud interruptions, or unpredictable household activity can disrupt their mental map of the space, forcing them to constantly reassess their surroundings and reducing their sense of security. While even well-intentioned behaviors such as overly enthusiastic greetings or sudden attempts to pick them up can contribute to stress if the cat is not in the mood for interaction, because cats often prefer to initiate contact on their own terms, and respecting that choice strengthens trust and encourages more positive engagement over time, whereas ignoring these signals can lead to gradual withdrawal or defensive reactions that may seem inconsistent, but are actually clear responses to repeated discomfort. And by now it becomes clear that many of the things that annoy your cat are not dramatic events but small, repeated actions that accumulate in the background of their daily life, shaping how they perceive their environment and the people in it. And when these details are acknowledged and adjusted with patience and consistency, the result is a calmer, more confident cat that feels understood rather than controlled, supported rather than overwhelmed, and able to express its natural behaviors without unnecessary stress, which ultimately creates a stronger bond built on trust, awareness, and mutual respect, allowing both you and your feline companion to share a more harmonious and fulfilling life together. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.